Okay, today I'm going to just put this brake piston together, CX500. Mine's an 81 model, but it's all relevant hopefully to all these single caliper brakes. As you can see, that's the old brake pistons out of mine. I cleaned it up, but I had terrible trouble getting it out. I had to actually get grips on it and to get it out and twist it out near the old rubbers and bits and pieces. So we'll throw them back in the box and get rid of them for now. And we've got the new stuff here. This is the clip that goes in here. Now, the best way I've found for this clip is with the nib pointing towards the piston. So, and that seems to fit in there and fit nicely. So we'll put that in. We've got our piston. I've already put the O-rings in. I'm not showing you how to do any of the rubbers or anything like that. There's enough videos showing you how to do that. It's easy, and how you clean all the inside of there and the channels and everything out. Get that thoroughly clean. We've got the piston here. So really all we've got to do now is, I haven't put any lubricant in there at all. I've got a bit of .3 brake fluid here. So I'll put some of that on my finger, rub that around the inside of the cylinder and around the bottom. Okay, we'll get the piston, we'll do the same. Rub some around the piston. Got new pistons from the UK, stainless steel. Was the best way out to do it. So putting the piston in there, a bit of a tight fit, but they shouldn't be too bad. It's just a matter of a little bit of a wiggle each way. Gradually get it to fit in until you can feel it against the actual new O-ring. Then gradually just push it in. They are a bit tricky, there's no doubt about it. It's just starting to go in now. You can see that getting compressed going in. It's on that new O-ring. Quite a bit of pressure to get that in there. What I'll do is I'll push it, I'll just get that there, and I'll get a rough, soft with a screwdriver and just try and push that, compress that down in there a bit. It's definitely tricky business. I'll try getting a clamp on it and clamping that in a bit. That might be the easiest way to go, and just clamp that in like that. The other one went in a bit easier than this one. So I've just pulled that in as far as it needs to go. We've got the new boot to go on. Now we'll put the new boot on. Again, a little bit tricky. Get the boot to clip into where it's supposed to go. A little screwdriver, maybe just gently coax that back down into where it's supposed to go. And just make sure that that boot is sealing all the way around, which it seems to be in there nicely. We've got our clip in there pointing downwards. Now we'll put our new O-ring, our boot securing clip on. A little bit tricky too, I found these. Getting it down in above that clip. We'll put the clip in a minute. Okay, you can spin that sideways a bit like that. Make sure that it's secured. Seems to be good. Just make sure it's in the bottom. And hopefully that's holding that boot in place now. All right, we'll put our clip back in with the tang pointing towards the piston. Well, that's the best way I've found it seems to fit, so it sort of compresses up and down and doesn't move from side to side too much. If you put it in the other way, it seems to want to slide backwards and forward, so that's the way I'll put that in. All right, so that's good. All right, the next bit now is to get, the tricky bit is to get, I found by putting the caliper like that, there's your secure, I put new rubbers in there and greased them all, coined the holes, put them in, so that's pretty easy, straightforward. Held it that way with it facing this way. These little clips, there's 2 of them. Now, they're a bit tricky. If you've been sitting in the box and you haven't pulled it apart a month ago, you think, oh, I'm not quite sure how these go. They can either go like that, which is wrong. They need to go facing upwards, like that. Both sides, 2 of them, pointing upwards. Clips go in like that. And then what we'll do is we'll make sure we've got clean hands, wipe your hands and don't touch the surface of the brake pad. And they hang in here like so. A bit tricky with this, these little clips want to just drop out. But they go in there, one each side, the new pads. I'll just push them together for now so that they hopefully sit there. Now the difficult bit for this is there is another clip that goes in here, and it's this clip here. Okay, so that's going to go upside down like that into there. So that clip has then got to go into up against, fits in against this up against the brake shoe like that. It has got a direction of travel on it that way. So that sort of goes like that. And then the tricky bit now is getting this this other bit in. So what I found is tip it upside down. Now I'm pretty sure that's the right way around. That sits on the pad like that because it can't really go the other way. There's nothing to really locate it. So we'll put that way. Right, then this clip hopefully will stay in position because the boot and the new piston's holding it in place. Now tip this upside down and fit this into there like that, so it just fits nice. And then you can push down on it, hold it in place like that, get your 2 bolts, one each side. And the other one in this side. And now when you undo it, it should be all held together, hopefully. So that's all in position. Just got to slip your, when you're putting it on the bike, pull these apart and slip that over and in position. So I've left this a little bit loose at the moment, so when I put it on the bike, it should be okay. A little bit tricky getting it back on the bike like that. You've just got to jiggle it around a bit, get them to open enough to slip it over the actual the disc on the brake, and hopefully that's all right. Anyway, that's how I found I put it together, by putting it in the vise like that. And I've cleaned all of these holes, blown them out, cleaned all the screws. I cleaned everything using this little wire brush on the drill over here. I found that to be very good. And then brushed everything up with that, put it all back, blew it all out, cleaned everything up, and hopefully that'll go back on the bike and it'll be very good. So I hope that's a help to you, how I put the clips and everything back in. So, okay, thank you.